NelsonJoypad.com bring you another original. It's fucking great.
The third batch of DLC has landed for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The Supremacy pack is made up of 4 new maps to be played in a variety of game modes, including Team Deathmatch, Uplink, and all the rest. The maps themselves, on a whole, are fairly standard with nothing that seems innovative. There's only so much that a developer can do with what is basically a map pack, but after the previous DLC, I'd hoped that there would be some new ideas and some new settings. What we have instead are the 4 maps: Skyrise, Parliament, Kremlin, and Compound. Parliament takes place on a ship that's drifting around London within sight of Big Ben. Now, the ship is a warren of routes that honeycomb the entire map, and ambush is usually only seconds away. It's not a bad map, but it feels rather generic. By setting the map in London, there could have been firefights in the streets or in high-rise flats. Instead, what we get is another quasi-industrial looking map that's filled with metal steps and railings. There's no overall tactic that I've found on this map. Medium range seems to be the focus for Parliament, but a keen sniper can get a respectable kill tally with the right team. Compound's level design opens up more options to the player. With prefabricated buildings, bunkers, and the generic shipping containers, it really does look like a combat training facility. Once again, there's no single advantage to this map, but I feel that it's a little small for the team deathmatches. I regularly found myself spawning within view of an enemy, which can cause some pretty frustrating and unjust deaths. Compound sports both open areas as well as tighter areas that run underground and between buildings. Skyrise is enjoyable and is one of the better maps in the Supremacy pack. Skyrise has a building at either side of the map that are ideal for sniping, and a large open area complete with helipads for the more brave close quarter combat players. I enjoyed Skyrise as it took Advanced Warfare away from the quick reaction shots for a while and really let me and my team utilise some actual tactics. The final map is the Kremlin, and it's by far my favourite. Set in the Kremlin, obviously, we have a similar layout to Skyrise, with buildings at each side. The difference comes from a bridge that connects the two directly, and some snowy outbuildings for the flanks. Each building has a couple of floors, and it's all pretty enclosed. It added a breach and clear vibe when I was storming these with my friends. Holding the buildings from attack can be just as enjoyable, with each building having a static minigun that can be mounted so that you can lay down a storm of fire. And of course the grapple mode returns with the grapple playlist. It's nice to see this come back after the previous DLC, as it does add some excitement to some of Supremacy's more boring maps. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Ah yeah, the zombies. Exo Zombies returns, this time with the man, the myth, the legend that is Bruce Campbell. On a purely functional basis, he handles just the same as every other character, but some of the dialogue is definitely chuckle-worthy. For the newest zombie map, we're thrust into an Atlas ship that's been hit by the outbreak. It's the most claustrophobic level yet, and I feel that it's one of the best. The 4 players begin the game in pairs, separated by a bulkhead, and they must battle through locked doors and a horde of zombies before they can meet up. It really is a nice twist, and it makes the easy early levels that much more interesting. And without going into spoiler territory, the plot of Supremacy's zombie map is a very welcome addition. As always with Call of Duty, the DLC pack seems to be more focused on capitalising on the hardcore fan base of the franchise, rather than any kind of innovation. The maps on the Supremacy DLC feel overused and lacklustre. COD fans will buy this, but I can't help but think that this DLC pack has been totally phoned in. There are some nice tweaks to the Exo Zombie mode, but ultimately it's the same experience that we've had before.